So we have to address the elephant in the room, which is the fact that Mafia the Old Country is too short. I wanted more. We all wanted more. It's a great game. Who wouldn't want more of Mafia the Old Country? But before we get into the weeds of whether or not more is better, let's analyze the statistics and talk about the people who are claiming that $50 is too much to pay for a game that has a runtime of around 12 hours on average. Because when you break down the math, you're getting a hell of a deal compared to just about every other type of entertainment. Something that popped up a lot in the discussions we've been having around this has been movies, as an example. So I am definitely a proponent of the value of entertainment is not in how much entertainment you get, but how much you were entertained. I mean, in other words, not how many minutes of entertainment did you get for your money, but were you entertained for the money that you spent? And if you were, then you were justified in that expenditure. So let's break down the math for those of you who are mathematically challenged and seem to think that $50 for 12 hours is some sort of a ripoff, because it's not. So the average cost of a movie ticket in 2025, and this is according to Cinemark's website, which we're going to pull up. There will be a link down below for those of you who want to go read this in greater detail. The average cost of a ticket in 2025 is $16.08, but in places like New York City, you might pay over $23, while in Wyoming, it could be as low as $9.08. So they have an average of $16 per ticket. Now, let's assume for a minute that you buy a ticket, you buy a drink, you buy popcorn or a snack, plus you have transportation to and from the venue. Most people are not within walking distance of movie theaters, so they're going to be taking some form of transportation, whether it's a bus, subway, metro, Uber, their own vehicle. There's gas involved, there's tickets, so on and so forth. The cost of the drinks and so on and so forth. So let's say the average cost of a ticket is $16. Let's tack on $15 for the drink and everything else for a total of, let's just say, $30. And we're being very conservatively pricing that at for one person. So that's $30 for a single person. Now, the average runtime of the film can be between 90 minutes and 120 minutes, right? Let's be generous and say that the average runtime is 100 minutes. So we can take those 100 minutes and we can take that, do some simple math, and we can say for 100 minutes that we paid $30 for, how much did we pay per minute of entertainment? And we come to a figure of $3.33 per minute that we were at the movie theater being entertained. Now let's go ahead and do the math on a game like Mafia the Old Country, where you paid $50 for an average runtime of 12 hours. Okay, so we can take that $50, we can extrapolate at the $50, we can extrapolate 12 hours out of that, and we can come up to a dollar amount of $4.16 per hour of entertainment. Now let's break that down into minutes so that we have the same minutes per minute math that we compare against the movie tickets, and we get an average cost per minute of entertainment in Mafia the Old Country of 0.69, so 7 cents per minute of entertainment to play Mafia the Old Country or similar games that have a 12 to 15 hour runtime, compared to a movie ticket, the cost of going to the movies for a single individual of around $30, and that gives us to $3.33 a minute. The idea that you're not getting your money's worth out of a 12-hour game that you paid $50 for is ridiculous, to say the least. Simple math proves that is just not the case, because no one is out there crying that it costs too much to go to the movie theaters to go spend $30 on a ticket and snacks and transport and everything else to go see a movie that's only going to give you an hour and a half at most. And remember, we were being conservative with our runtime, and we actually gave them a little extra bang for the buck, and we said 100 minutes, the average being between 90 and 120 minutes. So it's one of those things where entertainment, if you are someone who enjoys the type of entertainment that you're consuming, the value of that entertainment is not in how many hours you get out of it or how much you're paying per minute. It's were you entertained for the amount of money that you paid. And this is one of those fun little things that I love to poke at because you can't deny math. It's simple arithmetic that anyone in grade school can do. And when people start to fire back with these arguments of, well, $50 is just too much for a game that's less than 40 hours. I'm not going to pay $50 for something that's not going to give me 50 hours of entertainment. Blah, 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 blah. But yet they have no problems going to the movie theater and spending $30 conservatively on something that's only going to give them an hour and a half. And that per minute math is really simple. It's, what was it, 7 cents per minute of entertainment for a 12-hour game at $50 versus $3.33 a minute to go be entertained at a movie theater. And of course, some people out there will argue, well, I don't need snacks when I go to the movie theater. We can break that math down to the $16 average cost of a ticket. You're still going to be spending far more per minute than you would be spending playing a video game at $50 if you break it down into that per minute category. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. So the idea that Mafia the Old Country is too short, I can agree that it's too short because it was such an awesome game. I wanted more. I would love to have seen this be a 25 to 30 hour game. But I will also say that for the 12 and a half hours that I played, oh my God, I was absolutely entertained. I laughed. I cried. It was a great time. At the end of it, I was like, this was an amazing ride. And I think anytime I play a video game, if I come away with the feeling that I have been entertained, I don't really care how much I spend on it. A good example of this would be I bought the gold edition of Space Marine 2, I think it was earlier this year, which was like $120. I have no interest in the multiplayer aspect of the game. I played the campaign, got 12 hours out of the campaign, dipped my toes into the multiplayer for a few hours, maybe 15 hours total of entertainment, but I purchased that edition because I wanted everything that's coming down the pipeline for Space Marine 2. So for me, it wasn't about how big the game was or how many hours of entertainment I was going to get out of it. I just thought it looked cool, and I'm happy to buy something that looks entertaining to me and is going to give me the entertainment that I want. And I mean, we could go back and forth all day on $60 versus $80 versus $30 versus $100 versus whatever people think games, you know, what price point is too expensive. But the reality is when you start comparing video games as a form of entertainment to any other form of entertainment, whether it be a book, whether it be a comic book, whether it be a TV series or a film, video games are one of the most affordable entertainment types available to people, whether you're talking an 8-hour game, a 12-hour game, a 30-hour game, a 200-hour game. Your value per minute, per hour, etc. is absolutely insane with video games. So, yeah, Mafia the Old Country was short. Too short. I wanted more. But it absolutely is worth the $50 that they're charging for the base game. Everybody out there just needs to learn what entertainment is and how those dollars work and how math works. It's not hard. Anyway, love to hear you guys talk about it some more. Drop those comments down below. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. And I will see everybody in the next game because we still play lots of other games and we're not done. We're still middle of 2025. We got a long road ahead of us to get to the end of the year. This is the day job every single day on YouTube and Twitch at 4:30 a.m. Central. See you tomorrow.